Hi everyone, it's Raina. So this video is if you have your natal Jupiter in the third house. The third house is the domain of Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so this is the house of the mind. I would call it the mundane mind versus the opposite house, the ninth house, which is ruled by Sagittarius and is the abstract mind and the abstract knowledge that the abstract mind wants to think about or learn. And there's a connection here because Jupiter is the ruler of the ninth house. So we have this like Gemini Sag thing kind of going on, on a more subtler level. But if you have your Jupiter in the third house, your mind is probably very fine. So you might be a very intelligent person. You might be very curious. You're interested in other people's opinions. And you have a real knack for communication. Before I continue, I did compile this list with AdvancedAstrology.com, but I do paraphrase things, so don't blame them because I might have changed things a little bit. And since Jupiter is a planet of luck and expansion, wherever Jupiter is in the natal chart is going to give you some clue as to where the person tends to find luck in their life. And luck can simply mean alignment. That's how I characterize it these days, where things just fall into place really easily. And so we're talking about this area that is intellectual being a very lucky area for you. And one of the things I didn't see, I did kind of just glance through here. I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, they do mention teaching and also, of course, gathering information in the form of learning and that kind of thing. So that could certainly be what you are doing for a living. You might be an educator. This is also a great place for learning language. You may have a real knack for that, where you're able to learn foreign languages a lot easier than the average person, because this area of communication it comes so easily for you. So you may be a very articulate person as well, just in your native language. They mention on this site that this could be teaching at the grade school level because the third house represents that, whereas the ninth house that Jupiter rules is all about what we call higher education, meaning the university level. But I would say both are possible because Jupiter is part of this. And so Jupiter would be coming from that influence of the ninth house. The media, though, can be the third house, and you might find luck through that. And in this day and age with the computers, it could be social media. And if you're a Libra sun sign, it seems like Libra really likes the legal profession, and probably because Libra rules the seventh house, which in part can be court matters. So, and I think that Libra is just very skilled as a communicator, being an air sign. I almost said earth sign, an air sign. So somebody who has prominent Libra might be a lawyer, because a lawyer has to rely on their ability to communicate well. But certainly an anchor on a television station is an example. a disc jockey, if they still have those these days, a radio announcer. But anyway, anything along those lines. You might have an extensive vocabulary, again, because of this connection to language and Jupiter being expansive. I put Chatty Cathy, which, by the way, that was a doll that was before my time. I think it was from the 50s. But just somebody who likes to talk. Now, in some cases, this can be excessive because Jupiter can lend itself to excess. But you may have a lot of acquaintances, a lot of people that you have connected with, because you may be extroverted. There's that social aspect to this area, and with Jupiter, it's just increasing it. In terms of your mind, in addition to being intelligent, you're able to see the bigger picture. That's part of the influence from Jupiter. And I put philosophical because I think that's what that is all about, obviously, is that you're not just looking at mundane details, but you're taking that situation and you're trying to make sense of it at a higher level. And that's really good because if we go through life just taking everything at face value, that's a very materialistic life. And that is going to lend itself to living in a very kind of living on automatic and not really engaging life in a dynamic way, where you're saying, what does this mean? What does this really mean? What is happening around me? You might be a lifelong learner because you like to learn so much. And you enjoy conversing about spiritual matters as well as social issues. And I would also say that you might be a great debater because communication skills are on point. And I really think, part of debating is being able to see the bigger picture. That's how you score points in debate, because you're able to take facts and have them be more meaningful. So you have luck through writing, communicating, and also the area in which you live, the local area. So this might even extend to local politics maybe, or I can't think of anything that I would say that would connect to the local area, except getting involved in the government. I don't know. Some, in terms of, I'll just say that you may have like a lot of siblings, brothers and sisters, in other words, or a lot of cousins. The third house can be cousins. Maybe they're even like siblings to you, but aunts and uncles and that sort of thing. So there could be a large number of them given Jupiter, and you might have fortunate relations with them. Maybe they're lucky for you in some way, that they open doors for you. In terms of what might be a little bit challenging, well, I think I already said that about talking too much. And the other thing that this placement can bring is somebody who exaggerates, because Jupiter is very expansive. So even the truth might get stretched a little bit. And so you have to watch for a tendency to be very excessive in speech. And that can, to me, one of the things is that can lead to being sloppy or, like careless and maybe blurting out something that you shouldn't, like a secret or something like that. I did not see that mentioned, but I could totally see that happening. You know how they said loose lips sink ships. And the other thing too is you're open-minded, but you also have a quick mind, and to me that's part of intelligence, being able to grasp something relatively quickly, and therefore, the mind processes things easily and rapidly. Okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, I have double readings called deep dive readings, which are an hour each of natal chart interpretation with transits, another hour with transits for the upcoming 12 months for a special price. And I have just the natal chart by itself or other types of readings. You can find out more information about my offerings at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye.